Now see, in case of law of independent assortment, or it is also called as dihybrid law. Dihybrid law. Clear? Now what is the meaning of dihybrid? Again, di means two characters and hybrid means intermixing. Clear? Intermixing of two traits or intermixing of two characters is called as the dihybrid, and the law behind that is called as the dihybrid law. So Mendel was not limited up to one character only. He did his experiments, okay, and first he did for the one character and then he did his experiment for the two characters also to see the result. Now what he has done for the two characters, he took the two traits, and that was the color of the seed and shape of seed. Now see children, these are the two traits, two characters. One is color of the seed and other is shape of the seed. Now what is the color of the seed? Seed either can be yellow or it can be green. Clear? Shape, it may be round or wrinkle, no intermediate. If it will be round, then complete round. If it will be wrinkle, then it will be complete wrinkle. What he has done? Now suppose this is the dominant and this is the recessive, because he searched this, he found these things in the pea plant. Now he intermix all these things. How to represent their gene? If it is yellow, then we can represent them with capital Y, because it is the dominant, and then its recessive can be represented by the small y. We cannot use G because it will create a confusion. And round, if it is represented by capital R, then wrinkle will be represented by small r, small r. Okay. So these were the gametes, or these were the genes that he had taken to cross. Okay. Now come to the seeds. Now what were the seeds? He had taken round seeds with yellow color, and on the other side he took wrinkle seeds with green color. Clear? Now these are the two traits. What were the traits? Round and yellow seeds, and this side wrinkle and green seeds. Clear? Now he prepared the gametes. When it was monohybrid students, then it was very easy to prepare the gametes. Capital T, and after separation we wrote one capital T this side and other to other side. Now what we will write down? We will write down round seeds of yellow color. Okay. What we can write? We can write the gametes. Now what will be the situation of the gamete? Round and yellow. The gametes will contain one allele of round and one allele of yellow. That is, the gene will be of RY. In the same way, again we can draw the same cross, because you know these things. See, the cross is like this. One more time we can make the cross like this. Third time we can make cross like this and a cross like this. Like we will get the 4 gametes. Okay. But just to avoid confusion, we will write only the 2. So instead of showing all 4, that's why he got various multiple results. Now I told you that he got more than 10,000. He did experiments on more than 10,000 plants because see the genes and their method of crossing. If he had taken the one like dihybrid traits like this, then he got the 4 different gametes, and 4 different gametes can cross with any other 4. Now same situation will be here. Here we will take RY and RY. Now see children, these are the gametes. Okay. Now what the Mendel had done? He crossed these gametes to get the result of F1 generation. Now I am erasing all these things to show you the cross. Now see, what were the crosses? What he had taken? He took capital R and capital Y, again capital R with capital Y, small y and small y. These are the gametes. Now he made a cross among them and see what result he found. Now I will show by making checker box. What will be the result? Once again the same that we all had studied earlier. Male and female, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, small r, small y. Now make cross R, R, Y, Y, R, R, Y, Y. Okay, now see in the result. At least one dominant allele is present. At least one. In all the cases. So what will be the seed? Seed will be round and yellow. Okay. And what will be the genetic makeup? That will be hybrid. Heterozygous. It will not be homozygous now. Now it is heterozygous. And this is the result. Okay. And even we can find out that their phenotype and genotype ratios were same. How they were same? All the 4 were round and yellow. Clear? Everyone was round and yellow. All the seeds were round and yellow. All 4. So it will be 4:0. Clear? Or in some of the books you can see it is written as 1:1:1:1:1. Because in the ratios I think so we cannot use 0. But all together in the biology we can use like this, no problem. Because all 4 were same, so we can write 4:0, or you can also write 1:1:1 and 1. No problem. Okay. What were the genotype? All were the same gene, hybrid. So this will also be the 4:0. So the result of F1 generation was, that is phenotype and genotype, they all had the same ratio. Now, what the Mendel had done? He took these, okay, now these were the offsprings or progeny. Now what he had done? He took these progenies and then he crossed with them to get the result. Now, what to do after taking the progeny? See. Now, what result we have got? We got R, Y and Y crossed with, now this is not required, R, Y and Y. Now they will become the parent. Okay, parent for F2 generation, because they are the progeny of F1 generation. First generation, parent were the parents, and after that they were the offsprings of the parent. So they are of the first generation offsprings, and they will become the parent for the second generation. Now we have to take their gametes. Okay, in the first it was easy to find out their gametes. Now see how we can see the gametes here. Just to see the gametes, we can take the gene of round and yellow, or we can take the round and green. Okay, I'm just taking out the gametes. We are making the best possibilities of all the gametes. Clear? Again, this R will be crossed with this small r, capital Y, and the same R will be crossed with this Y, small r, small y. Now these are the gametes for us. Okay, because they were the result of the F1 generation, and F1 generation was hybrid, so definitely the new gamete will also be the hybrid. It will be intermixed, and this is the gametes. The same gametes we can get here also. What to get? This R with this Y, this R with this Y, this R with capital Y, and once again small r and small y. Okay, now we got the 4 gametes. Just to see their cross. Okay, then we will come to the cross. Now again, just to show the cross, we have to make the checker box, because simple crossing is not possible now, because we have varieties of gametes. So what we have to do, we have to make a checkerboard. Now see, I am preparing it here. At the same time, children, you should take out your notebook and you should do the same cross, so that it may become easy for you. Okay, now see what we have to take. We have 4 gametes now, so we have to make 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Again make 4 blocks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now this is for the female and for the male. Now what gametes we have seen? We saw the gametes capital R, capital Y, capital R, small y, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Here also RY, RY, RY and RY. Now this is to write with red, so that there should not be any confusion. Now you show the cross. How to show? Capital R and capital Y. This will crossed with this. What we can write down? R, R, Y, Y. This with this. Now children, we have already learned these things. Okay? Capital Y, small y. I told you earlier only that every time we will write the capital first. Now see the next one. Capital R, then its contrasting character, small r, capital Y and capital Y. This with this, capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. First box is clear. See the second one. Capital R, then capital Y, small y. This with this, capital R, small y and with red, small y. See the next. capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. Clear? This with this. Capital R, small y, and small y. Come to this. R, Y, Y, R, Y, Y. See this? Small, capital and capital. One should be with black to avoid the confusion only. Okay. Now small, again small, and capital and small. Come to this last. R, Y, Y, R, Y, Y, R, Y, Y, and then R, Y, Y. So these were the crosses. Okay. Now see what result we'll get in this. Capital R, capital R. If there will be only one capital, then the seed will be round. And if there will be at least one capital Y, then the seed will be yellow. So see, capital R and capital Y. So what about the seed? Seed is round and yellow. Capital R and capital Y. Round and yellow. Capital R, capital Y. Round and yellow, round and yellow, round and yellow, round and yellow. Clear? Round and yellow, round and yellow, and round and yellow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. What we have got? Round and yellow. Okay, the symbol of round and yellow is this, and then we got 9. Now see what we can get the next. We can get round and green. Suppose if I draw this with round, then this will be the green. Now see, further round and green. One more round and green. What is the second ratio? Round and green. Symbol I have drawn this, and the number is 3. Okay. Next, wrinkle and yellow. After solving all these things, this is wrinkle and yellow. Wrinkle and yellow. Wrinkle and yellow. The third ratio is wrinkle and yellow. And it is once again 3. Only one will be wrinkle and green. See, out of these 16 results, we have seen that 9 seeds were round and yellow, although they are heterozygous. But the 9 were round and yellow. 3 were round and green. Again 3 were wrinkle and yellow. And 1 was wrinkle and green. So, the phenotype ratio is 9331. Clear? And what will be the genotype ratio? Now you have to see the genetic makeup. And in the genetic makeup, we will see that the genotypic ratio will be 1:1, ratio 1, and again 1, then 2, 2, 2, 2, 4. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. This will be the genotype ratio. Clear? So this is called as law of independent assortment or dihybrid. Why it is called as the dihybrid? Now it is clear because he had taken the 2 traits. Now see, why it is called as the independent assortment? Although we have dominant as well as the recessive gene and they all were intermixed. Clear? But in F2 generation, each and every trait, they have represented themselves independently. This is called as law of independent assortment. How they have represented themselves independently? See, we saw the round, then we saw the wrinkle seeds also. If we saw the yellow, then we saw the green also. So each and every one, they have expressed themselves, whether they were the dominant or they were the recessive. Clear? So this is now called as the law of independent assortment. Clear? Now children, we have seen these 3 laws of the Mendel. That was Mendel's law of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. Clear? Now we will do some more crosses. Okay, I'll tell you the definition of 3 more crosses. Test cross, back cross and reciprocal cross. Now after this, we will see the further experiments done by the different scientists. But unfortunately, they have not got the same result as the Mendel had got. They all were thinking that whatever Mendel has done, everything is alright. So they have also tested. But they have not taken the pea plant. Okay, they took the different plants, they did this experiment on some different animals and then they got a different result from the Mendel. Okay, so even we can say that the Mendel was very lucky that he had selected the pea plant. If he would have been selected some different variety, some different plant, then definitely the result would not be the same. Okay, so till now whatever I have taught you, you just go through its revision. Okay, because all these are the basis of the genetics, children. So you revise these things so that whenever we will do the next video, next class, then you should not have any confusion. Okay, thank you.